Hello everyone, this is episode number 2 of the Glow tutorial series. In the last episode we went over the fundamentals and went over the UI. And today we're going to be going through the canvas view. So this is the canvas view. This is where workflows are built, and they're either built through a prompt, or they're built through the drag and drop UI, or a combination of both of them. So as a means to a quick tour, this is the chat. So I can not only create and generate the initial workflow, but I can actually edit it here as well in any way that I like, or run it. If we move over to the actual canvas view, I can add applications or services of our 2,500 integrations here. I can search for them like so. We then have tools. These are really important. These are kind of the pipe work in between those integrations. Schedulers, webhooks, conditions, delays, loops, data transformations, things like that. Then we have AI. So we can use the free AI prompt. We can use an AI agent, which we'll get into later, and then all of these common LLM services that you can also use if you provide your own keys. So we can click those to add them to the canvas. We'll go over that in a later tutorial. Or I can right-click the canvas. We then have settings. Here I can actually publish workflows as templates and even sell them eventually. We have our workflow name, description. We then have some other fields that are important later for templates. Versioning is done natively within the Glow platform, so there's no need to use GitHub. There's some other canvas controls here, as well as sticky notes so that you can label what you're doing. We have 2 workflow states. In draft state, this means that I can run a workflow by pressing the run button at the bottom here, and I can choose my run entry point. So if I wanted it to run straight from this AI agent step, I could select that from here, or I can select it from here. If I make this workflow live, it actually means that the trigger on the left here is active, and so in this case, it will run every day at 9 a.m. If I want to run individual steps, I can using this button. And then if I click any of these steps, I'm presented with the setup drawer. So if we drill into the AI agent, for example, you'll see that I can create a custom name for this step if I wanted to. And for this particular step, I need to set an identity, primary goals. I can set background information, memory. There's many other settings, and also over 2,500 MCP tools that I can interface to. The other 2 tabs is for execution history here, really helpful if you ever need to debug, and also test and debug settings, so number of retries, and also dummy data. Lastly, there's 2 settings here. The first is to bring back this chat window, the assistant, and the second is something called interfaces, which is really important when you share your template. You can either share it as a workflow that looks like this, or you can share it in a much more non-technical form as a form template. And this is almost just like filling out a simple Google form or something similar, and is really, really powerful for non-technical users that want the value of a template but don't want to have to understand how a workflow works. Those are the fundamentals of the canvas. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.